Hello everyone, I'm Erica.
And I'm Akilah.
Welcome to HeartsChat. Tonight we're talking about having a good life in a bad world. And we will explain more of what that means after our check-in. So we want to check in with each other since we got back. So how are we doing, Akilah?
Great. I'm doing great. Yeah, Thanksgiving was a few weeks ago now, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it really.
Yeah.
No, Thanksgiving was good. I mean, I had my 2 wisdom teeth taken out, so I pretty much was on pain meds the entire time, so maybe that's why it was good. But
oh my gosh. When you told me you were getting your teeth pulled, I was like, by Thanksgiving, you want to eat, you want to be chopping them jaws.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it didn't get to do as much eating as I usually do, but it was fun. It was good. I got to hang out with my cousins. They're wild.
But at least you could eat cranberry sauce, which is one of your favorites.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Nomming on that cranberry sauce. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was really good. It was different. Like I know I mentioned before, like a while ago, that Ashley wasn't going to be home for Thanksgiving, so it's just me, Bria, and my mom. So it was just the 3 of us. We got in the kitchen. We cooked all the food together. We still made our big dinner. We had our music going, which was fun. Yeah, it was fun. My mom, she stays up to date on things. Like, she knows all the new songs before I know the new songs. I'll be like, Shook, you know this song? And I'll be like, wait, what is this? No, I don't know this.
That's great.
Yeah, but there's this song that she likes, and it came on, and then Bria's up. Bria, she's young.
Yeah.
She's dancing. I'm looking at them like, how my mom and Bria are dancing to a song that I have no idea about this.
And it's like today's music.
Yeah. I was like, shout out to the Heat, XM Radio. Keep my mom, keeps her in the loop.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it was nice. I mean, it's just us, and then my uncle came over, and my younger cousin a little bit later.
Okay.
And we were hanging out, so that was nice. And the next day I went and saw more family, more of my cousins and grandparents. And so it was a good time. I really enjoyed my Thanksgiving.
Good.
And I will say, usually, I really don't eat a lot on Thanksgiving. I guess I don't really eat a lot, period.
Yeah, in general.
But I was hungry this year.
You were like, give me that food.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but things changed. So it was good.
That's awesome.
Okay, so getting into our topic, how to have a good life in a bad world. So this was inspired by the election, and we haven't got a chance to talk about the election either, and the result of the election. And it seemed like when Donald Trump won the election, I saw a lot of videos of people crying and had a lot of conversations with people who told me like they were crying or their kids were crying, and it just seemed like doomsday, or the end of the world, or life is over, things are going to be so bad. So it makes you feel like, wow, we're living in a bad world.
Yeah. So
I thought it would be important to talk about how to have a good life for you, even though all these things around, which besides even the result of the election, just different things going on in the world, how do you still have a good life with all these things going on and not kind of be sunken down and
negative,
drowning, and
it kind of help to keep mentally healthy. And I think that's kind of what we've discussed a bunch of times. Your supports, turning to them. We always say that.
Support.
But it's true. I mean, you surround yourself with positive, loving, supportive people, and when you are getting into a space that is negative or unhealthy, you can turn to them. Right. And more often than not, they'll notice it before you might even notice it, and ask you what's going on and things like that. Right. So just keeping yourself open to listening to those supports is very important.
I think that's great. I think supports, as we know, is very important, listening to your supports. And I think that's very true, that people will notice. Your supports, people that care about you, people that love you will know,
something is off.
Yeah, whether they feel it or something. And, I think that's great. I think in addition to supports, control, being aware of things that you can control and what you can't control. And there's so many things that happen in this world that's out of our control. Yeah. So your life can't stop. Your world isn't over. So I think paying attention to the things that you actually can control and making sure that, you have the control of it and you can deal with things that you can deal with. Because I always say you can't control everything.
No,
you can't. You can't control people. You can only
drive yourself.
Yeah, drive yourself crazy. Mm-hmm. But you can control yourself, and there's different things in your environment that you can control, and like knowing what those things are, and being in the driver's seat and doing it.
That's true. No, I completely agree with that, and I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. Mm-hmm. I know I do sometimes. I'm like getting upset, like, why doesn't this just work?
Yeah.
But, sometimes it's just, you gotta let it go. And be like, well, we'll see what happens from here.
Right. And I think that's why support is so important, because we can remind each other, like, listen, you can't do anything about that,
yeah,
okay?
You can check someone.
Yeah, well, this is what you can do. Mm-hmm. And we talk all the time. We're writers. We write stuff down. Being able to write things down and have your list so you can look at it and actually see it. Especially for, I think, us visual learners, that you need to look at it and kind of like bring yourself down, have a little reality check, and move from there.
Yeah, I think another thing to kind of help you, have a good life in a bad world would be gratitude. Mm-hmm. Kind of seeing where you are and seeing the little things and the little successes that you have.
Yeah.
Every day, every week, every month, And going along with what you said with writing it down.
Exactly.
Like, and checking back into it. Mm-hmm. Journal writing. Not that you have to write in a journal like Dear Diary. Like, not like that. But, like, at least have something that, you write down, like, the things that have happened. And then good and bad, ultimately. Because then a year from now, you look back and it's like, wow, look at what I've overcome. Look at what I've accomplished. Look, just kind of helps give you a boost.
Exactly. And I will say, I've done that. And I told you guys about my prayer book.
Yeah.
And I've had it for years. And I write down different things that are going on in my life, or people that I know that I want to pray for them. All kinds of things, And I put the thing down. I put the date down. And then when it happens, when it's answered, I highlight it. So I know, and then now I can look back, years later, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, wow, look at all these miracles, look at all these things, and, look at all these prayers that are answered, and, it's just a really, really good feeling to be like, wow. Or even, like, I always say, do something that your future self will thank you for. I, like, live by that. Those moments when, like, you're lazy, or you're tired, or you're just down, like, you just sometimes just do something your future self will thank you for.
Yeah.
So when you talk about writing in your journal, even if you didn't want to feel like doing it today, at least maybe you can look at something you wrote before and remind yourself, like, those gratitude things that you're thankful for. And it's a good thing. And I think sometimes we get so down that you're down and like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing that. I don't, because you're just so negative and you're just down. But it takes time.
Oh yeah, it definitely takes time.
So I think it's all about steps. Everything's a stepping stone. This is a step, and you're moving in a direction. Just keep going that direction, no matter if it's a big step, a little step. You still go in that direction.
Exactly, and that's something that kind of can harm. Having like good mental health is not having enough patience.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Patience is a huge, huge, huge thing because ultimately we live in a society that is just. We want it now. Like,
right, exactly.
Oh no, we wanted it yesterday. Like that.
You're right.
Like we just move so fast, and sometimes we have to realize that not everything is going to be that fast or happen when we want it.
Exactly.
Or when we think it should happen.
Or how we think it should happen too.
Reach on it.
When I think about living in trying to have a good life in a bad world.
Yes.
Things happen. It might not be what you want it to how you want it to happen. It might not be the event you want it to happen, but it is what it is. And you have to... What?
I'm sorry. I was thinking of the song Dreamgirls, Patience.
Oh. We are dream girls. I love that movie.
It's great. I'm sorry, but...
It's all right. Yeah. But I think, you have to... accept, like, some things happen for a reason. Accept things for, this is what it is, okay? Now I have to do what I need to do to make sure that, I'm okay. And I think in those circumstances, when things happen that in the world that you really don't have any control of, you should be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Because if these bad things are happening, you don't feel like you're getting that kindness from the world, be kind to yourself. And you'll attract more.
I agree.
Kindness and from other areas.
I agree 100%. And I think we should all ultimately, you know, to get some of these things we're talking about, practice better coping skills.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, you can, if you really need that help, you can see a therapist. But, like, you can go, there's so many different things to, like, help you cope with things better. You can Google coping skills, and the list is so long.
Yeah. I did my coping skill today. Yesterday, I had a really great day.
Yep.
You know, we talk about this, like, you know, treat yourself and all these things that sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes you're just gonna, you know, you roll with it. But I definitely did yesterday.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, man. But, you know, my coping skill was talking to you, Akilah. I told you everything I did. You were like, hey, you need it sometime, whatever.
Yeah. It's not like you're doing this every night. Like, it's not. So.
Boom. So there. And I was like, okay. Well, I feel better. Thank you. I need to talk to somebody, get it out, and be like, okay, it's all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
And we need that. We just need to be around people to tell you it's going to be okay.
Exactly. So we're telling you it's going to be okay.
Okay. Well, anything else?
Well, that's pretty much all I got right now.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to HeartsChat. If you have any questions or comments, you know, feel free to leave them below or email us, and Akilah will give you our information.
Yes, I will.
Right after this. So we'll catch you next time.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to HeartsChat today, where we speak from the heart. We hope that you enjoyed our show. Catch us every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel and on our website, which is HeartsChatRadioshow.com. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages at HeartsChat Radio on Instagram and at HeartsChat on Twitter, Facebook, and Periscope.
We love to hear from you. If you have any comments or questions or topics that you want to hear about, you can email us at HeartsChat@HeartsChatRadioshow.com. And for all of your personal relationship questions, please visit my blog from ericasheart.com. Thank you for listening to HeartsChat, where we speak from the heart.